Welcome to Lesson 2, Beliefs, How Powerful Thou Art. Yay, and welcome to Lesson 2, Beliefs, How Powerful Thou Art. I know, it's been a long time coming. I'm not going to make excuses, but it's been a really busy time, but I'm here now, and I really hope that this lesson is going to give you some food for thought. So let's get started. Beliefs, how powerful thou art. And I want to start with this quote by William James that says, "The world we see that seems so insane is the result of a belief system that is not working. To perceive the world differently, we must be willing to change our belief system, let the past slip away, expand our sense of now, and dissolve the fear in our minds." So let's get started. So in this week's lessons in self, looking at beliefs, how powerful thou art, we're going to be looking at the science of, the teachings of, and finally the practice of beliefs, or rather how to transcend your self-limiting beliefs. This is like a minuscule lesson. It's lesson 1. I'm sure there's going to be lots of other little belief lessons coming around, but this lesson I really want to focus on transcending your limiting beliefs, and you can actually sign up and download the free handout after this lesson to support you in your journey. So first of all, let's have a look at the science of belief, and I want to start by this wonderful quote by Bruce Lipton, who says, "Our beliefs control our bodies, our minds, and thus our lives." And that is such a powerful quote. It really is. And if you want to learn more about the biology of belief, then please do check out Bruce Lipton's book under the same title called The Biology of Belief. And you're probably wondering, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, Dina, the power of belief, or are beliefs really that powerful? Well, let me tell you, my lovelies, beliefs are so blinking powerful, like hugely, massively, blinking, big time powerful. And in order to see that, we need to look no further than actually the placebo effect, or as Bruce Lipton likes to call it, the belief effect. So very quickly, what is the placebo effect? Well, those of you who know, is when it's most commonly used in medicine, when a group of people who perhaps have the same symptoms as another group of people, the same kind of disease or illness, are given a sugar pill, but unbeknownst to them, it isn't a sugar. They don't know it's a sugar pill, and they actually think they're taking the actual drug. But the belief is so real that they actually believe with all their hearts and all their minds that they're getting the pill to get them better, that most of the time tests seem to indicate that these patients actually have the same positive outcomes and effects as those people actually taking the real drug. So, oh my gosh, that is just like, wow, powerful, right? And just to show you the power, like even when we think of doctor, so take this picture here of a doctor's like jacket. And when you think of your doctor, what comes to mind? What sort of words come to mind when you think of a doctor? So if we have a look at this picture, and maybe if you think about your own general practitioner, what comes to mind? So it's perhaps feeling trust, knowing that the person is knowledgeable in their field, that they have your best interests at heart. They're able to guide you, support you, provide you with the right medicine and cures to help you get better. And it's just so amazing that we go to the doctor when we're feeling like really under the weather, in the belief that what they're going to prescribe for us is going to help us get better. So that just shows you how strong that belief is. That we go to the doctors in the knowing that they will be able to support us and help us get better. So we believe in that, and we trust their advice, and so as a result we may take the drugs and we'll believe it, whether it's the real McCoy or whether it's a sugar pill. We won't know because we trust what the doctor has told us. And just to show you this again in action, let's take a study conducted by the Baylor School of Medicine, which was published in 2002. And if you want to read more of it, there's a little link there below. And Dr. Mosley, who is like a doctor in knee and knowing all about knees and that, I can't remember what they're actually called, but a doctor of knees, let's say. And he's done thousands of operations on people's knees and helped them with getting better. And those of you who know who've got problems with your knees, it's a horrible thing. My dad's got problems with his knees as well, and he's had a couple of operations. But as he says, all good surgeons know there is no placebo effect in surgery, or so it is believed. But he wanted to see if this would be the case. So what he went and did was he got a group together. The first group, he gave them an operation and shaved the damaged cartilage. In the second group, he removed what was causing the inflammation. And in the third group, now wait for this one, they got fake surgery. Okay, that is to say that they weren't operated on. However, what he did was he made incisions in the knee, and because they were under like local anaesthetic, he was talking to them while he was operating on them. And then he used all the little sounds, so it was like the drilling, the flushing out, and then he sewed them up again, so they actually believed that they had the surgery. And then following the surgery, all three groups had the same post-operative care. That's to say they went back, they got checkups, they were also given exercises to do, and all three groups, this was where the big massive shock came, all three groups had the same outcomes. So basically, the people that didn't even really get the real surgery actually had the same results as the people that did get the surgery, right? And one of these patients was called Tom Paris, and he was actually on television. They interviewed him and stuff, and they showed him playing with his grandchildren, playing basketball, and of course he probably couldn't believe it that he didn't really have a real surgery. And just to quote him, he said, "In this world, anything is possible when you put your mind to it. I know now your mind can work miracles." And yes, it can. So in the same way that we have the placebo effect when we're looking at positive outcomes, there's also the opposite of this, which is called the nocebo effect. Basically, it's where the mind is engaged in negative suggestions. So think about these worst case scenarios when patients go to the doctor and they tell them, "Sorry, Mrs. Jones, you've only got 6 months to live." And then before you know it, unfortunately, these patients, they probably will die within those 6 months or even earlier in a lot of cases. And just to show you the power of the nocebo effect, a doctor by the name of Dr. Clifton Medder actually found himself in a situation where his patient called Sam Lond, just make sure it's Sam Lond, yeah, absolutely, was suffering from cancer of the esophagus, which, as people know, is 100% fatal. So all the doctors knew that he would succumb to the disease, but they nonetheless treated him. And as predicted, unfortunately, Sam Londe actually did die. So I guess where the real surprise comes in is that when they actually carried out the autopsy, lo and behold, yes, they did find specks of cancer, but interestingly, so they found cancer in the lungs, but just a little bit. It wasn't enough to have killed him. I'll say that again, it wasn't enough to have killed him, which actually shocked the doctors. So as Dr. Clifton Meadows said, he died with cancer, but not of cancer. So I guess the question comes up is, well, what did he die of? And Bruce Limpton also reflects on this question, as did Dr. Meadows. And he kind of said, well, had this patient died because he believed he was going to die? And that just shows us the power of belief. So just think about it, just how powerful our beliefs are. And that kind of looking at it from another perspective and moving on to the teachings of belief, again, a quote that you probably are familiar with is one by Henry Ford, who says, if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right. And another wonderful quote by Gandhi, who puts this in a beautiful nutshell, who says, your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits, and your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So powerful. So we need to be aware of what we believe, of what beliefs we are carrying around with us. And another important point to remember then is about the beliefs that we're carrying about ourselves. Because in order for us to move forward, in order for us to become successful in our lives, we need to really start believing in ourselves. And we need to start with the belief that we can achieve anything we put our mind to. So just think just how powerful, remember, beliefs are. And you know what, you might say, well, yeah, that's all very easy, especially if you've grown up with really supportive parents, positive parents who are positive. But what happens when you grow up with parents or in an environment that hasn't been so supportive or has been so positive? Well, truth of the matter is, you know, you can just continue to blame the past. You can continue to blame the environment, and we can continue to blame our parents. But if we sit down and we continue to hold on to the beliefs that people told us that we are or that we were, then you know what, we will not be able to move forward. So if I think about growing up and thinking about all the things that I was told I was, trust me, I would not be sitting here today doing this lovely little lesson and basically talking about beliefs and doing the stuff that I'm currently doing in my life. And the other really important thing is like I said to you before, this is another fantastic book by Don Miguel Ruiz called The Four Agreements, and in it he says that in order to be free, we need to see the beliefs that we have, see where they stem from, and then once we're able to see where these beliefs come from, then we're able to change them. But the point is, we need to absolutely become aware of the fog in our mind in order to make the changes that we need in order to move forward. So we need to become aware of the beliefs that are limiting us in order to change it and make it into a more empowering one, to make it into a belief that's going to harness us and move us forward in our lives. So it's about becoming aware of what is holding us back. And that leads me to a very effective little practice here, which is going to support you and help you transcend your limiting beliefs. And just remember, take this little quote on board: if you care what other people think, you will always be their prisoner. Like I said, transcend whatever it is people have put on you and moving forward. So how can we do this? Well, in the worksheet that you will also be able to download, this is a very, very short activity which is in which Jack Canfield recommends, and this will help you transcend your limiting beliefs. And it's quite a simple activity but really, really effective. So first of all, you've got to identify limiting belief or beliefs that is or are holding you back. So if you don't know where to start, well, all you need to do is actually sit down, make a list of all the beliefs that may be limiting you. So write down all the things that your parents, your guardians, your friends, religion, your teachers, whatever, that you heard growing up that may be limiting you, even if it's not in the past, perhaps even now. Then you're to go through your list and choose just one for now. If you've got like hundreds of them, just like stick to one for now that you still think is limiting you. And then think about that belief and think, well, how is that belief limiting me? What is it that's stopping me from moving forward? And then think about how you would rather act or feel. And when you think that and feel that, then you create a turnaround statement to make that more positive, to help you then change that mindset, to change that belief. I'll give you little examples here. You're always talking rubbish. I used to hear that a lot about me talking rubbish. So how, or determine then, how does that belief limit you? Well, because I'm always talking rubbish, then I believe I'm always talking rubbish. I'm afraid to open my mouth during class or during conversations with others because I'm scared people will make fun of me, of what I'm going to say. So decide how you would rather act or feel. Well, I want to be heard, respected, in the knowing that I too have worthwhile things to say during class and in discussions, and I want to feel confident to speak my mind even if people don't agree with my views. And then my turnaround statement will be, I have things to say and my voice and thoughts are worthy. I can express my views and opinions and speak up, because while my ideas may not express the ideas of others, I nonetheless have ideas and a voice to express them. So that's one way of transcending your limiting beliefs. And you can go through your whole list and just find ones and do the same activity throughout, just to get rid of those beliefs. So that is about it. I wanted to keep this as short as possible, and but like I said, this is like the first lesson on beliefs. There's going to be loads more, but before we can start moving forward, to at least help you move forward, we really need to transcend and move beyond those limiting beliefs. So I just want to say thank you for taking time to watch this week's lesson. Don't forget to download the handout to help you, and if you've got any comments, please leave them, contact me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care now. If you want to learn more about Lessons in Self, Education for Life, please do visit my website. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn, and leave your comments. I'd so love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Take care now. Bye.